Smaller smartphones are a lost art. It's 2024 and it feels like a lot of people just favor the bigger phones, but that wasn't always the case. Roughly 10 years ago, bigger phones were seen as ugly or stupid or not even practical. But fast forward today and that is being said about the smaller phones. They're small, they're not practical, they're just a waste of time. But that cannot be further from the truth. Hey guys, my name is KJ and this is my 1 month review of the Google Pixel 9. If you're looking for a compact phone that is also comfortable to hold, I think the Pixel 9 is up there with the best of the best. Now, they did make some good changes this time around and not so good changes at the same time. The flat display with a square design is something more budget phones should be doing, and isn't it crazy that budget phones are now $799? Inflation is crazy. But yeah, smaller phones should be doing this because it reduces hand fatigue and just makes this a worthwhile on a daily basis. Also, bonus points, this looks like every popular phone in 2024. That goes for the S24, the iPhone 15, and of course the Pixel 9. Smaller hands or not, your thumb can reach all the four corners of your screen without any issues, and the weight had an increase this time around. Last year with the Pixel 8, it was 187 grams. This time around, it's 198 grams, making this light enough and comfortable at the same time, as well as durable. However, I do feel Google should have made the back of the phone more of a matte finish rather than having a glossy finish. It helps with, fingerprint smudges, fingerprint marks, and all the nasty stuff your phone goes through in your pockets. But I might just be nitpicking here, and when you consider more than half the world just puts a case on their phones, it might not really matter if I'm being honest. Now, at the bottom is a USB-C port and stereo speakers, which are some of the best this year. And I think the design for the Pixel has been elevated this time around. Definitely in that flagship contender for small phone or small budget phone of the year with the likes of Apple and Samsung. So the display was something I looked forward to with the Pixel 9 for 3 reasons. The brightness, how you unlock the phone, and of course the durability. This was my Pixel 8 after I stupidly mixed it up with keys, and now obviously I won't be doing that with the Pixel 9, but at the same time the display is said to be more durable than last year. With brightness, this is a great upgrade as it now goes to 2700 nits of peak brightness, and that is 700 nits more than the Pixel 8. So those visibility issues I had when I was outside during summer is completely fixed. Adaptive brightness responds a lot better to light or visual changes within my environment. It instantly responds to darkness or extreme brightness from the sun. And I think the biggest improvement has to be how you unlock the phone. The Pixel 9 now has an ultrasonic fingerprint reader, which means you get an easier, faster, and more secure way to unlock your phone. You honestly have no idea how long I have been waiting for this, since the Pixel 6 Pro, if I remember. So yeah, it's been a while, and I'm very pleased with my experience so far. The 120Hz display is really good. Everything is snappy, it feels objectively faster than the Pixel 8, and that is thanks to the Tensor G4. But do you know what is faster? The speed at which you guys subscribe to the channel. The goal for the year is 30,000 subs, so go ahead, subscribe, like this video, do all that stuff so we can celebrate at the end of the year. Okay, let's talk about Tensor. Now, the Pixel 9 is powered by the new Tensor G4 chip that is responsible for a lot of the AI features within this phone. From previous videos that I've done, there's always that debate of Tensor is weaker than the Snapdragon or it has the same speed of the iPhone 12. All that stuff. However, I can attest to the fact that my experience has been really good. Like, really good for the primary functions. Scrolling, the animations, opening apps, amongst other things. Now we can talk about Tensor and how it isn't great, but I actually have to give credit to Google for wanting to create their own ecosystem, their own chipset that makes their phones run the way they want it to run with the software and the integration and just putting it all together for us to get the Pixel experience. RAM is also up there, which is 12 gigs now, giving a significant portion to AI. And speaking of which, Gemini Nano is here, it is improved, but it is still yet to replace the Google Assistant, so that remains to be seen. It has this new feature called Gemini Live that gives us users the ability to talk to it like a friend. Ask it questions, solutions, and whatnot. Now remember when Humane AI Pin or Rabbit tried to do that? Yeah. For now, it is really good, but it can only get better if I'm being honest. Other more down-to-earth AI features within the Pixel 9 are the Pixel Studio, and with this, you can then create illustrations using text prompts, and it is done on your device, so if you're without a connection or your Wi-Fi is pretty slow, it still works. And it also takes about 3 to 4 seconds for it to actually, get it done, which is pretty good. Magic Editor has a new feature called Reimagine, where you can use text prompts to visually change what is in your picture slightly or even more drastically. Now, the last one is called Add Me, and it is the best feature they have released in a few years, in my opinion. Now, you can take a picture, hand it over to your friend, and you step in the same place that your friend was in. Then the Pixel uses this AR overlay to guide the framing, and boom, it looks like you guys took the picture together. Of course, it's not perfect. If you really zoom in on Pixel Peep, you see the differences, but it is still a good feature to have and the best use case in my opinion. Now, while offering 7 years of software and security updates from Google is pretty dope, how future-proof is Tensor going to be in the next 4, 5, or even 6 years? How will the performance be in the next coming years also? We don't know, but we can only hope that the Pixel 9 will stand the test of time. And that can also be said about the battery life. It is slightly bigger than last year, and it is definitely better than when I started with the Pixel 8. It is still early days, of course, because this was the same experience I had with the Pixel 8. It started off pretty good, but over time, battery just kept reducing and just getting annoying to use. Now, from charging it once a day when going to bed to charging it twice a day before the day was even over. This time might just be different because adaptive battery hasn't exactly even started working yet, and it is still giving me 6-7 hours of screen on time, so that is a pretty positive experience. Like I said, this is still early days, but I'll let you guys know in the next coming weeks or even months. And next up, we have the cameras, and on the surface, it does not look like much has been changed with the cameras on the Pixel 9. It still has a dual camera setup, but when you look closely, there are internal changes that are a step up from the Pixel 8. Now, the main sensor now lets in more light, while the ultra-wide got its biggest change, having a 48 megapixel lens. Until this day, I believe the Pixels are the best picture-taking camera in the world in any smartphone, period, especially if you are a person of color. Real tone is a feature that I will always praise every single time because it just gets the way I look, exact skin tone every single time. So I can easily just point and shoot and not have to worry about how I look, and you also get those AI features that I already talked about at your disposal. I just want to say it's also one of the easiest cameras to use. You don't really need to think about angles or the lighting conditions because the image processing software does most of the work. Even though sometimes it overcompensates by sharpening images and just making it look more artificial, it's still pretty good. The ultra wide is good and adds a bit of depth than last year. Video is just okay. I don't think it's really changed from the Pixel 8 and the Pixel 9. It is still good when you have a lot of light. Where you begin to lose its quality is when the sun sets or you're in a dark environment, then you just get a lot of noise and grain on your video. It is also worth pointing out that the Pixel 9 will not be getting video boost again. That is just for the Pixel 9 Pro and the 9 Pro XL. So if you plan on taking a lot of video, then I don't think the Pixel 9 might be the best phone for you. But without a doubt, there are improvements that need to be made, especially with this video. But overall, my experience with the Pixel 9 has been pretty satisfying. I don't think you can really go wrong when it comes to the cameras on any Pixel phone whatsoever. Like I said at the start of this video, smaller phones are just a lost art. There are only a few compact phones that tick all the boxes of an overall great smartphone, and the Pixel 9 is up there. I love this phone. It has a lot going for it, and if there's only one thing I'll say, the price kind of kills the edge it had over the iPhones and the Galaxy S24. But I guess Google wants to compete. And I do see those prices of the Pixels drop by Black Friday or even Cyber Monday. It happens every year to no one's surprise. So if you do want to buy one, make sure you look out for those deals and, get yourself a Pixel 9. Thank you guys for watching this video. What are your thoughts on the Pixel 9? Comment down below and let me know. And make sure you like and subscribe to the channel as this helps me go a very long way. My name is KJ and I'll catch you guys in the next one.